darlings. So in this video I'll be talking about the things you should bring when coming to Japan and the things you should not bring when coming to Japan. So before that, I want to say a very big congratulations to everybody that has gotten their COE and to everybody that has gotten a visa. Come on! You did this. Congratulations, and most especially to everybody on my WhatsApp group, the ones that are still waiting for their visa, the ones that are already in Japan. Congratulations, my darlings. I am so proud of you. And if this is your first time of seeing me on your screen, my name is Prosper and I'm a Nigerian living and working in Japan as an English teacher. And on my page I post about my daily life living in Japan. I also post about tips on how to move to Japan as an English teacher, and recently I've been posting about how to get scholarship in Japan and move to Japan as a student. So if this is the kind of content you like seeing, do not forget to click on the subscribe button on YouTube or the follow button on TikTok, Instagram or Facebook. Thank you. So like I said, in this video I'll be talking about the brings and the brings not when moving to Japan. And as you can see, I made lists of everything you are supposed to bring. So the first thing on our list is your important document. This one is like the most important thing you should bring when coming. So you should bring your passport, of course. Bring your passport photograph, bring all the certificates that you used in getting your job, and bring your international driver's permit if you have one, or if you are coming for a driving position. Also, please bring your NIN card or your NIN paper. This is because you may need to renew your passport when you are in Japan or when you are in whatever country you are moving to, and you will need your NIN to be able to do this. So please bring your NIN card. So number 2 on the list is your medication. Please bring your medicines, your malaria medicine, typhoid medicine, Gestid, Flagyl, paracetamol, any medicine that you know that you need. And also, if you have any medicine or medication that you take that is prescription based, please bring a prescription from home. This is because when you get to Japan, the doctors here may not prescribe that exact medicine for you, but if you have a prescription from home, I believe it will make it easier for you to get a refill or a prescription or anything that will help you to get that medicine in Japan. Number 3 on the list is African food stuff. Bring food though. Bring food, like bring enough food. I know you'll be saying, but Prosper, you said food is cheap in Japan, blah blah blah. Yes, food is cheap in Japan, but then before you'll be able to start buying food in Japan, you shall need to be able to survive. If you're like me that you cannot stay 1 week without eating swallow, without eating Nigerian food, it go hard you. So please bring food. So what kind of food stuff should you be bringing? Number 1 on our list, we have dry vegetable. Bring your dry vegetables. Bring dry bitter leaf. Please, me too, I want dry bitter leaf. Oh please. I've been looking for where to get dry bitter leaf in Japan and I did not find anyone. So if you can, please bring for me and I will pay. Just tell me how much it's going to cost and I will send you the money. So please bring for me. Thank you. So bring your uziza, utazi, ewedu, ugu, everything, bring them. And one thing I want to say is when you are drying your vegetables, it's best to either dry them or use the dehydrator machine, because when you sun dry it takes away the nutrients, and when you finally use it to cook, the color and the taste will be somehow, it will not give you that authentic Nigerian taste. But when you air dry or you use dehydrator, it works perfectly. Next, bring your egusi, ogbono, cocoyam flour, or for anyone you can lay your hands on. Bring your dry okra. One thing I want to say is please grind everything. Grind everything. Grind your egusi, grind your ogbono, grind everything grindable, because when you come here, we don't have a machine here. There is nobody that is going to grind, and you may not be able to get blender on time. So grind everything and bring them in powdered form. So next, bring your gari, semo or tuwo. Bring enough dry pepper. Bring enough dry pepper. The pepper they have in Japan is not peppering very well. Bring your yaji spice, your seasoning cubes, salt, and any other spice that you feel you cannot live without. Okay, I also want to point out that there are African food stores here in Japan, but then they might not be close to you, and also it might be a little bit expensive, especially when you are just coming. So bringing food from home is like the best bet you have for that first few months before you get your first paycheck. Okay, good. So next thing that you should be bringing to Japan is your self-care products. Self-care products like your pads. For my girlies, bring your pad, bring your tampons or cotton wool, anyone that you use. Bring the one that can last you for at least the first 2 months. Bring your deodorants, because the ones they have here are mostly not for Africans. Then bring your skincare products, bring your hair care products, bring wigs, bring extensions, bring attachment, bring what you will use to make your hair if you are making your hair. Bring all those things. So the next thing we'll be talking about is the clothings. So I always advise people not to bring a lot of clothes when you are coming. I always say bring more food stuff and less clothes. That's because when you bring Nigerian style clothes here and you get here, you will notice that the fashion is kind of different, and also clothes is actually very cheap in Japan, especially if you go to the second street shops. They are really cheap here. So bring less clothes and more food stuff. And for the kind of clothes you should be bringing, this is March, we are going into April already, so you can just bring light warm clothes. Please bring office wears, because most times you'll be going mostly to the office. You mostly be going to work. You might not have other places to go to in that first few months, so bring just work clothes and then a few house clothes. And in the work clothes, please make sure that you bring a suit, a black suit or a navy blue suit. This is because you're going to be needing it for the first week of working, and you might also be needing it for future official events like that. So please bring a suit. So the next thing on the list is shoes. Please and please bring comfortable shoes. Bring comfortable shoes. You see all those your high heels, leave them aside first. If you're a heely person, you may not really have the time to wear heels in Japan, because when you are at work and when you are working, heels are not allowed. You are only allowed to wear flat shoes, canvas or sneakers. So please bring comfortable flat shoes. Another thing is that you'll be doing a lot of walking in Japan. Like, you go walk, you are gonna walk. So please bring comfortable flat shoes. So the next thing on the list is money. Owo, ego, kudi, okane. Please bring money. Like, money is like one of the most important things you need to survive for that first few months before you get your first paycheck. Please bring money. A lot of companies will always recommend bringing 500,000 yen or above, but honestly, if you have money that can sort out your initial rent, help you to be able to transport yourself to work to and fro for the first months before you get your paycheck, and the money that you can be able to use to buy a few things that will make yourself comfortable in your house, like pots, plates and all those things, and then feeding. You already brought food from home, but definitely you will need to buy a few other things like oil and so on. Please bring money. Please bring money. Let's say about 350,000 to 400,000 yen should be enough for you if you're the kind of person that can manage yourself. So a lot of people will always ask me, how should I bring the money? Am I bringing it in cash? Am I bringing it in yen? So the thing is, if you can get yen in your country, then that's perfect. You can just change your local currency to yen and bring the yen. But in Nigeria, I don't think it's very easy to get yen. So my advice will always be, convert your money to dollars and then open a dollar account. open a dollar account and deposit your money into the dollar account, then ask them for a debit card. Also, don't forget to tell them that you'll be using that debit card abroad. Another reason why I always recommend opening a dollar account and bringing a dollar debit card is because someone might want to send you money from home. Now that dollar account is the account that they will be able to use to send you money. Like, that's one of the easiest way they can send you money from home. All they just need to do is convert that money they want to send you to dollar, then go to the bank and deposit it into your account, and you'll be able to withdraw it here in Japan. Do I make myself clear? Another thing is miscellaneous things like needle and thread, charger, phone charger, laptop charger, all those things that you know that you cannot survive without. Please bring them. So now let's talk about the things you should not bring. So number one on the list, some food items are actually prohibited. Things like grains, rice, beans, millet, corn, all those things are actually prohibited. You can't bring them in. Also things like fresh meat, fresh vegetables, they are prohibited. So some liquid are actually prohibited. So if you have your palm oil or you really want to bring in your palm oil, my advice is that you should put it in a liquid bag. So when you put it in a liquid bag, wrap it up with a newspaper, wrap it properly, and then look for something like Pampers, use it to double wrap it, and then put it inside your luggage. And if possible, freeze it first before wrapping, okay? So the next thing on my list is heavy blankets and winter jackets. So when you are coming, don't need bringing heavy blankets because it's just going to occupy the small space that you don't even have. And also winter jackets, like, that's going to really occupy your space. So if you ask me, I'll say bring like 1 or 2 pullovers that can cover cold very well, and like you're going to wear it when you're coming out from Nigeria. But bringing heavy winter jackets, I don't think it's very necessary. It's not like you cannot bring them all, but it's not very necessary. One thing I always tell people about blankets, if you really need blankets and you are flying through Qatar Airways, they always share blankets in their planes, and it's for you, it's free, it's part of the money that you paid. So please pick it, it is your own. Another thing that you should not bring is, you see those things that you want to pack and you now say just in case. My brother, my sister, wallahi tallah, you will not use it. Those things that you've not been using in Nigeria, you now say, hey, I might use it in Japan. You will not use it. So it's better you just drop them and make more space for your food. Here are some things that you should note, Sham. Number one, your cream, aboniki balm, skincare products, anything that is liquid or anything that is above 100 milliliter should be in your checked-in bag. When I was coming, my aboniki balm was 2 and it was in my hand luggage, so they confiscated it at the airport. But one very cute girl at the airport, may God bless her for me anywhere she is, she stylishly gave me back one, and I was really happy that she did. So all those things should actually be in your checked-in luggage, not in your hand luggage. That thing, if you're flying Qatar Airways or Ethiopian Airways, your luggage should be 2 23 kgs and 1 7 kg hand luggage. The 23 kgs will be checked in and the hand luggage is the one you're going to be holding. However, I think you can also have like a cross bag that you use to put in your passport, documents, and all those things that you need. Another thing that I want to say is, when you are packing your food stuff, please pack them in a transparent Ziploc bag and label them accordingly. This will help you to reduce your time at the immigration checkpoint. Like, once everything is transparent, they will not need to be asking you what's in this one, what's in that one, open the black nylon and all of that. Lastly, in case your father and your mother did not tell you, under no circumstances should you help anybody to hold bag at the airport. Under no circumstances should you help anybody to carry any bag. Everybody should carry their bag. Even if the person is about to die, they should die on top of that bag. Do not hold any bag or help somebody to carry any bag. Everybody should carry their cross, okay? That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like this video, share it to your friends that are traveling to Japan soon, or not just Japan, your friends that are traveling abroad soon. I know they are going to find this video very helpful. Don't forget to subscribe or click on the follow button if you're watching on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. Thank you so much, my darlings. I love you. Bye. Mwah.